So that's another funny story. I love him. He offered a lot of money finally down the road, but there were years where we were trying to work with them.
I wasn't there then, though.
Yeah, probably not.
I was gone.
Yeah.
Trying to replace me.
People would like try to put in a word, and finally someone was like, no, I don't know who this Jalen Bailey girl is. We don't want her. And he probably was like, you missed your... Yeah. You didn't know that I was actually going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's cool. But anyway, there was a girl somehow approached me. She said she was like, she worked with Gaspari. She was somehow in it. And she was like, cool, I'm going to get you a contract. Like, they want you. And we were emailing back and forth informations. And like, she even sent me a contract. And it looked super official. It had the Gaspari logo at the top. Like all the lawyer stuff and like requirement, like she must have like printed it off the internet somehow and got like, so I thought I was getting a sponsorship through Gaspari. And she was like, so we were going through that whole process of back and forth, like that thing. And then she sent the contract, I sent it back, and then I didn't hear anything. I was like, so what do we do from now? And then she's like, actually, hey, we're heading to, Gaspari actually bought a bunch of seats at this big UFC fight. Do you want to go? I was like, oh my God, yeah. She's like, cool, I'm going to send a limo to come pick you guys up. And I was like, oh my God, really? Like, wow. So she had her address? Because like, obviously because I was signing papers.
That's true.
Like, so she had her address, which is really scary. And I remember that night, which is so weird because we're so much smarter than this now. But I remember sitting there and like, okay, Rob, like we're going to go to this UFC fight. We got all ready and like we waited and we're like, no car came. And so like, then I'm texting her. I'm like, hey, their car's not here. We're going to be late. Ghosted me. Like I was like, so then we're like, okay, no car ever showed up. We're like, whoa. That was weird. And then we started looking into this. Then we found some friends that worked through Gaspari, and they were like, hey, do you know this girl? Like, and we showed them the contract. They're like, that's not our contract. Well, I'm like, wait, what? Yeah. I don't know what this girl was trying. And it was a girl, which is weird. I've talked to her on the phone.
Oh, wow. I was going to ask.
Yeah. Like, so she had me, like, I talked to this human on the phone. Like, what were you trying to get out of this?
Yeah.
I have had others where like me and Brooke actually got scammed by a company that like we thought we were being casted into a movie, and it was going to be like some superhero movie. And it's weird because her assistant, who's really with it, like checks up on all the stuff, like looked everything up, like made sure it was like real. And
they called me.
Well, it was Max something.
Call me.
Yeah. So
I smelled shit straight away.
So we didn't smell shit right away. And I trusted Devin because she was doing her due diligence on the backside. Yeah. And I remember that when I started getting weird was when they needed photos of me. And I'm like, but it was to make the costumes. And so they were making us like legitimate superhero costumes, and like they had drawings. They sent like pictures of like what my figure was going to be. This is who you are. Sent me like actual artwork. Like this is the thing. And I remember they were like, cool, at some point we need to get you both in LA to be fitted for your costumes. Luckily, we finally figured out like what if we got on an airplane, me and Brooke, like, and went to LA to this fake place. What were they going to do? Like, we could have been, I could be sex trafficked, like Dalen Bailey, sex trafficked, like, you know.
Aren't you Dalen Bailey?
Yeah. It's like, shit, man. Shit. Please don't have sex with me. I don't want to. Like, just don't, please.
That's going to be the opening line. You know that, I know, right?
I just don't want. I understand that you thought you were getting this thing. Please, I just don't want to. You're gross. Jesus. But like that's scary shit because there's a lot of like girls like, you know, you have these hopes and dreams that something's like happening, like this big thing's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And luckily, like finally we did a lot more research because I wasn't getting on an airplane. I don't know where like, So obviously we did not go, and then found out so finally Devin sent them, we're like, don't ever contact us again. Like, you're fake. Like, this is all fake.
Oh, right.
So
assistant,
yeah. So found out it was not real.
They done the same thing to me.
Yeah.
I was out of town. They spoke to Ali. Ali was like, got the reference from Doug.
Yeah, because you get it from a reference that you're
Yes.
like, okay, you're smart.
Yes.
And
that's what happened.
That's what happens. And then they get...
It was a female he talked to.
Yeah.
They've been scamming people.
So creepy.
Different industries. And they
So
went around, they went to
creepy.
the top. So then people who were actually doing shit, they had the right words, they had the right people. So ended up happening is, I believe Doug actually spoke to the real person that they were actually pretending
And
to
they're
be.
like, no, that's not us. We're not contacting.
And
Yeah.
this person was very high up in
Oh,
Hollywood.
yeah.
So she said, they've been doing this for a long time. I apologize if they scammed you for any money. Because they wanted something, they wanted to fly me and him out, and I had a part in a movie, but you had to pay for the flights ahead, but they reimburse you or something. And it was just like, it's just too weird. But the thing is, every type of question asked, they had an answer to.
Uh-huh.
And it seemed legit,
and
which
it
I'm sure.
seems super legit, and you're talking to... And they were using email addresses like that had like the name and everything would like made, because like I always look at the email address and it's like something weird, like, and it doesn't make any sense, but it was legit, like Warner Brothers, blah 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 blah.
Wow.
Like
Wild.
Really freaking weird.
But that's again part of being who you are, because there's a lot of people who will want to be around you, and then there's a lot of people who will try to be around you to scam you, and it's a very difficult,
or sex traffic you. Who knows? That could have
never happened to me.
Me
thankfully.
and Brooke are just we're in the ring. We're like, oh, not again.
In the ring.
We're just we're joking about it. It's a very serious thing, but like,
in the I got
the
you.
sex ring, the
I thought you were
sex
like some sort
trafficking
of
ring.
weird wrestling for sex ring or something.
Yeah, but girls, like, be careful.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, because there's some really weird people out there, and I mean, like, and they're really smart. They're really, really smart, and it's really scary because it's like, what if? Because Brooke was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to. They didn't have us going at the same time. It was like Brooke was going to go out first, and I was coming. So like, what if Brooke went, and then I never saw my best friend again? Yeah. Creepy, scary.
Well, thankfully, that never happened.
Yeah.
And what year was that?
I mean, this was like 5 years ago, 6 years. I mean, like, still, like, kind of recent. And I'm still, like, getting tricked.
No, I think, again,
we're like, because Brooke is in that industry. She's been in movies. So, like,
same with the sex industry then.
Not that one.
Clarified that.
No.
Brooke
she's
is in movies.
Yeah, she was in... Not
them
those.
kind of movies?
No.
Okay, you make sure, because listen, somebody's going to chop this up.
Don't chop my shit up.
Brooke is in sex trafficked movies.
Yeah.
Ring.
She's in the sex ring. No.
You just said it again.
No.
We need to move off this subject. Thank you for watching this segment. Check out the full interview on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube. Help us by subscribing, leave a like, comment, or a positive review. Click this to see what YouTube recommends, and this to see the full interview. See you on the next one. Out.